You know what I think golf's teaching me? Golf teaches me a lot about life, and it's the fact that I want to be the guy. How Leo and you are a little better at that.
That's disgusting.
You could be playing well, but sometimes things don't go your way, but you maintain the same attitude, which you did not do today. You've just dished the. You were just Mr. Negative today.
I was an angry elf.
But I like that about golf. Transfer that into life. Things are not always going to go your way. You can't control them, but to maintain the same attitude throughout, that's the biggest thing. I want to get to that point where I'm that guy that just maintains the same. Leo's good at that, but he's also old. Like he won from 11, he hit on 10. He hit one from the trap to the next drive, and he was just laughing. You threw your club. He just laughed.
I threw a lot of clubs today. I was very.
You did. One of them had a good whoosh on it. You should
whoosh.
No, it was like.
Yeah.
That was on 14. See, I remember. On 14, you just separated from the.
No, it was.
I
kept just like not having the right club because I'd be like, oh, this is fine. Then I have like a 9-iron from like 120, and I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I had an 8-iron today from 140, and I was like, this is stupid. Fucking dumb.
For me, it was the opposite today.
Carpath only kills my vibe. Because I'm lugging the camera, fucking trying to be positive, trying to be funny, trying to fucking do all these things. There's sometimes when like I'm filming, and I'm like, I know like my friends like it when I do it, and like the people on it like Instagram like it. Sometimes I'm like, fuck, dude, I just want to play golf. This fucking sucks.
I know.
Like,
That's why I give you so much credit.
It's harder because like if I have a bad round, I'm not filming. That's fine. I'm not going to get mad about that because I'm like, all right, I can take this. I can learn from this, blah, blah, blah. But, like, when you're filming and you're like, fuck, this is the content I have for the fucking week. You're like, God fucking damn it, this sucks.
I give you so much credit for that because the day that we played with when I invited my buddy Dan, and you literally filmed, like, every shot. For the most part, almost till the end. And I'm like, I'm there and I'm like, I'm not even filming anything. And I'm not playing well. And I'm like, I don't know how he, like,
shot
hits
fucking
good
85
shots and
that
he keeps
day.
on
That was
filming.
my first round back. Shot 85. Now I shot 10 more.
Yeah. That's why it's hard. That's why for me it's like
You post, like, full, whole contents, and I started following your lead a little bit.
I want to start doing
posting stuff, but I can't do an entire
I want to start doing
hole
something
after
different.
hole.
There's a guy that I talked to on Instagram. I don't know if I'm going to talk to him about it. He's just called the golf guy. He's wicked cool. Like I DM'd him and stuff. I'm like, hey, come down to Doral. He was gonna, but his plans changed. And he does this thing where he's like, make par, or can I go under par for 3 holes from the reds? And then if he does it, he goes to the whites, and then he goes to the blues. And like, it's a cool little thing. He's like 3 holes though, and then the rest of the time he's just playing golf. Like, I want to think of something like that to do where I'm not filming everything, but like it's still entertaining to watch. Unless I do something where it's like, because one thing that I was thinking of, and like, this is definitely going to get clipped, and the bad hombres might become a part of it. I want to see if I can go low, like very low. The best score I've ever shot was 78, which isn't crazy low. I'm not that good, but like, if I could just make a series where it's like you have 6 months to shoot a 77, and if I don't do that, the bad hombres get to design a tattoo. And I got to get it. But I just don't know if I trust them enough to make it like fucking the tattoo that I would think, which is like a wholesome friendship thing. Or they would be like, let's just draw 1 million dicks. Let's just draw 1 million dicks on your arm. That'd be sick. I can't tell.
Figure something out. What are we at? How much time? Doesn't that thing tell
I
you?
don't fucking know. I'll fucking edit it up and throw it on there. Yeah, this podcast didn't get pretended we didn't talk about. I don't know. I'm getting tired.
You know what? What Pat Bet David said too. I was interested. I want to know what you think about that, right? Like, if you think of the world, there's a world of broadcasting, right? And you think of like Carson. You think of Tucker. He's the top dude. You think of podcasting like Joe Rogan, top dog, top of the top, top of the top of the top. And Pat was like talking to him. Is like, why haven't you invited Trump to interview Trump? Well, I like what he said, and he was like, why do you think I should? And Pat was like, well, look. And he asked Pat, he's like, why don't you bring him on? He goes, well, you know what? Like, Trump is like elite, right? He's been president. Like, he's the guy people talked about, Googled, searched. So he's like, I think Joe comes, and then everybody else goes because you go in that world. Trump, I mean, I think you consider his ego, which I don't say that as a bad thing. Like where he's at, like might as well come on Joe's podcast, talk about some of these things, and then he also made a good point. Pat is like, again, it's his opinion, but he's like, I think you're doing everybody a disservice, and by not interviewing Trump, you're kind of helping Biden win. And I'm like, that's a pretty good point.
I don't know if like.
Pretty good point.
My thing is though, like Nelk Boys, I think have a bigger following than fucking Joe, which is crazy to think about.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think anybody on this planet has a bigger following. Joe Rogan is the top of all podcasts. Most paid, most followers, most views.
Till now, bitch.
Most of the most.
Till now, bitch. Coming for that ass, Joe.
Gotta take the market share that you can take.
I'm a Boston kid too. My story, I'm gonna go bald. I'm gonna get into jiu-jitsu. I'm gonna be the one fucking interviewing fighters when you're fucking old and that HGH wears off. It's gonna be Dougie Buckets, not Joe Rogan.
Oh my!
Let me tell you.
The thing about Joe is a very intelligent guy.
That's cool. I'm Dougie Buckets. That could work. Like Joe's intelligent, but like.
Extremely, like next level intelligence.
How?
Do you know how much he knows? But he's the perfect.
Knows about what?
He's the perfect person that knows a little bit about a lot, and that little that he knows.
Jack of all trades. Actually, I would say jack of all trades.
He knows. I mean, you look at how many people from various fields he brings on the podcast, and it's not like, oh, so how did you get into photography? Like, no, he goes deep questions that you listen to this guy, you're like, damn, like I wouldn't have thought to ask that, or damn, how do you know much about? The guy knows a lot about politics, about all the topics. He reads a lot.
It's crazy that he podcasts almost every single day. And, like, he's still got shit to talk about, like, with all these different people. Like, he just knows. Like, he's like, oh. But then he's also got this side where he's, like, an absolute degenerate, which I love about him.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
Because he's not like a Huberman where it's like, Huberman's like, buy the book, this is what I do, I wake up.
I agree.
Joe's like, yeah, I'm going to invite my comedian friends on. We're going to do mushrooms and get banged up.
That's what makes him the number one podcaster in the world.
He's the man.
He's cool. Like, people, very intelligent and smart people can hang with him.
I don't know.
And also some of these comedians that just do dumb shit can, like, Steve-O can come on, and then Elon Musk can come on, and he has a conversation with both of them.
What do you think? Who's the smartest person you think you could have a conversation with right now? Who's someone you'd want to have a conversation with?
Who's somebody that I would want to have a conversation with?
Damn, that's a really good question.
I guess it's not like
somebody famous that people would know about.
Nah, fuck, dude. It's who you want?
Robert Downey Jr.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have fucking thought that from you. I like him. That's a really good one. He's the man.
There's like a little bit of a reason behind it. Him and Shia LaBeouf.
Him and Buff. At the same time? That'd be a weird interview.
No, one by one. Shia LaBeouf in like one, and then.
Why Shia LaBeouf?
Recovery.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know he was that. Actually, yes, I kind of did. Actually. Yeah, it's I would just ask way too many Iron Man questions. I would try to hug him too many times. Robert Downey Jr. He's like my hero.
He's got this thing. You should watch it. It's like 5 or 6 or 7 minutes about life. A lot of it, like it's about his life, and it tells a bit of a story. It's almost like a share. Like he shares like what happened, what it was like, and what it's like now. And it's pretty damn cool. Like you would look at a lot of these people and be like, man, this guy like knew he was gonna be an actor. He wants like everything that happened to him. In a nutshell, he's basically like, I had no idea. I just kept looking up to the man above and did the right thing, and things fall into place. And it's like that's fucking humbling. I really don't like a guy, any person that's like, yeah, I went to school, I did this, I read all the books, and I built Tesla, and I like went to space because I wanted to do it.
I like the people.
Good for you, brother. Good for you.
I like the people who acknowledge that there's a lot of luck involved. With
yes,
success.
that's what I mean. And like, there's a lot of intelligent people that you're like, no, you have to take a. But the people that come out, you know what I mean?
You gotta do cool things. You gotta
ton of luck.
You gotta like actively pursue something, but. Dude, the stone's got to fall your way.
Yes,
you know
and that's the point I was trying to make.
I see.
All for people that plan and make it happen. I'm all for it. But I like a guy that's like, a lot of successful people that I've met that are like, I just got lucky.
He's like, I don't know how to.
I just got lucky.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just got lucky. Pay attention to the signs.
I don't know who the fuck would I interview.
Who would you interview? So I gave you 2, which were like outside the box.
Who do I think is like really cool right now? This is gonna be this is just because like I'm very like focused on the MMAs. I I would 100% interview Jake Paul. And then I would ask him if he would give me so many times, like so many years to fight and train, and if I documented it all, would you fight me in 2 years? That'd be cool.
That'd be possible.
And then who would be my
so
second
Jake Paul?
one?
I mean,
Probably Jake Paul. Jake Paul, as of right now, just Jake. Jake Paul would be like personal motives to be like forward my career in anything.
There's a career.
I don't fucking know.
All right, I got you. I'm just all new to me. It's news to me.
If this
This is news to me. I'm just
the kickboxing or this?
The kickboxing.
Oh yeah. Well, this is gonna. Well, I'm literally working the Jake Paul model, like podcast, YouTuber.
I think you should reach out, ask him for the template. Like
I have it. We see it.
Oh,
You make silly YouTube videos.
there's a lot of silly shit they did. That's what's
They
amazing.
did a lot of silly shit.
So
we're in part A. We're in silly shit. We do a bunch of silly shit. We do the podcast. I get better and better in boxing. I start calling out people. Boom.
You know the interesting thing
Doug
about
Paul.
Jake Paul and them? They're the perfect example of people who did silly shit that, not that other people can do, but other people aren't willing to do. That's what's crazy about
Yeah.
it. Like, they just did shit that you're like, I could have done that, but, like, I don't want to do this embarrassing, dumb shit. And they just did it.
Yeah, I like it. And let's see. Fuck, you really took me away with the Robert Downey Jr. because that's kind of like my guy.
You wouldn't have thought of him, though, if I didn't say him.
I know. I might have because it's Iron Man.
I didn't even associate him with Iron Man whatsoever.
That's crazy. 'Cause that's like
My favorite roles with him are not have nothing to do with Iron Man.
What's your favorite role? From
What's the one that he does with Zach Galifianakis?
Oh,
you smoke weed and take a road trip. That's one of them.
that is a decent movie. Yeah.
That's one of them. And then
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder is great, but he wasn't my favorite in that. His role was corny. I wanted to like.
That's crazy. That's the best role ever.
I don't know. He like played a black person.
That's the best.
Didn't sound anything black at all. Just sounded like a white person making fun of a black person's accent, trying to sound cool. Like it was just bad. I guess maybe that's good acting, huh?
He was a dude playing the dude disguised as another dude.
I know that was nuts. I'm trying to think of other movies. I mean, Iron Man wasn't. I'm not saying it was a bad. Iron Man was good, but there's some other roles he had. You know what I'm surprised? Here's what I'm surprised by.
Oh man, Ben Affleck.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know.
You just want to ask him about the town.
Yeah.
That's a Boston reference.
I want to ask him about the town, and then I want
You want to ask him about the accountant too, or no?
No. Oh no.
Have you seen that one?
I want to ask him why he did it.
What, the town or accountant?
Accountant.
That was a cool. He was like, he played a like very, very like badass role. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like it. It was just like too much.
You know what I'm surprised?
I just want to know. Oh, wait a minute. There was a movie I watched with Matt Damon, and I was wondering why. Fucking Saving Private Ryan. Saving Private Ryan. I always wondered why. There's a guy from Brooklyn, and I get it. Fucking Ben Affleck's from Boston, but he had the same fucking facial structure and like fucking tendencies as Ben Affleck, and I'm like, why wasn't Ben Affleck in Saving Private Ryan? Because Matt Damon was, and there was a guy that looks similar to Ben Affleck, but he's not Ben Affleck.
So you think Ben Affleck should have done it?
I think he should have done it.
He probably wasn't paid enough. You know, I'm going to give you a perfect analogy. Every movie that Matt Damon was in, Leonardo DiCaprio turned the fuck down. Because Matt Damon is a fake DiCaprio, is what that is.
I would like to
Literally.
I would like to ask him like, what's it like riding fucking Matt Damon's coattails all these years?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Ben Affleck just rode, Jason Bourne's coattails all these years.
Did not know that. Was never interested in any Matt Damon movie.
Here's the deal. Here's like the
to me, Matt Damon's always been a knockoff of Leo DiCaprio.
Here's the joke, because like Matt Damon wrote Good Will Hunting, great fucking script, great fucking movie. They're saying that they wrote it together, like Ben, but like it's kind of clear that Matt Damon has the smarts and the brains. But dude, let me tell you, have you seen Air yet on Amazon with them? Air, the Jordan movie. Oh my God, you haven't seen that yet, dude. That's a great movie. Did you watch
documentary or?
It's how would you describe a movie that is a documentary that's live action?
Like reenactment?
Yeah, it's fucking dope. It's really dope. They did a good job. They wrote that too. Ben Affleck directed that. Maybe Ben Affleck isn't dumb. Sorry, Ben. That's why I'd like to interview him. Are you dumb, Ben?
You know another interesting person to interview now that we're talking about it?
Who?
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I watched a lot of silly Ashton Kutcher movies, and then I find out he's an